This podcast is sponsored by New Hampshire Vape Gallery and NaturalBossNH.com. More on that later. It's time for Talking with Topher. What's happening, TwT fans? It is episode 32. It is Monday afternoon, and I am so glad to be back. So excited. It's a beautiful weekend we had. The weather was great, and I just want to thank all of you for watching, subscribing, commenting. All of this helps the show grow. I really love doing this, and I'm so thankful that it's helping people out there with their days as much as it's been helping me with mine. If this is your first time joining me, remember to subscribe, give a thumbs up if you enjoy the videos, and comment. That helps tremendously. Comments are always welcomed. It takes a community to grow, so I need all of you to help the podcast grow. So push it on to your friends. If you're enjoying it, I feel like they're going to as well. And I just can't thank you enough. I have an email. If you have a story or someone you know has a story that needs to be heard, submit it to the email. talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. That's talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. All right, so submit those emails. You can contact me through that if you have questions. It is just a great way for communication, and you're more guaranteed to get me to answer you through my email than any other platform. But speaking of other platforms, I'm on all of them. That's right. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. So you want to follow me, go on those pages and follow me. I send daily updates of how my day is getting started, anything that I am doing. I like to upload those things and let you guys know how I'm doing and how I'm keeping up with my day-to-day routines, my struggles, everything. So check those out. Check me out and follow, like, subscribe, do all those things. All right. Let's get into it, right? Super excited. And I was having a lot of anxiety this week, meaning just adult bullshit, right? You got bills, you got stuff going on, you're refinancing the house. Well, yeah, you gotta have an appraisal, that costs money, and you just got all kinds of stuff going on. Registrations are due, new license was up, so it's just hundreds of dollars extra on top of everything, and sometimes it's tough to deal with all of that. And that brought me to my question I asked myself was, why did I want to grow up so fast, right? And that's kind of where I'm at today. It's like, what were we thinking? You know, when I was young and not a care in the world, all I had was school, and it was great, right? I just had to finish my homework. I had to do my chores if I had any. Always great incentive to do chores was getting paid, so it was a no-brainer. If I did this, I got money. I could go buy bubble gum and candy. So trust me, I know that everybody out there wants to be an adult, right? You want to grow up quick. You can't wait to get your license so you can get out and do things, and then there's going to be restrictions with that, and then you're going to turn 18, and there's no more restrictions, but there still are because you're living under your parents' roof still, or if you're not, then that's fine, but a lot of people when they turn 18 live at home still, so if your parents are anything like mine, they would be like, all right, well, yeah, you're 18, but now you can move out, so if you don't follow our rules, well, there's the door. Now you can leave. So I get it. Being an adult is just not all it's cracked up to be. And I'm not spreading a negative message, I think. by saying this. I'm trying to just shed some light on things. If you are under the age of 18, then this is good for you. If you are 18, hopefully this helps you as well. Maybe you'll slow down a little bit. There's just not the things that you're excited about when you hit that age bracket are actually not that exciting. And I think we just hype it up a little too much. And if you sit back and just look at where you're at right now, you may be in a already pretty good spot, and you're just rushing your time away. And maybe you need to stop and look at what you got. Look what's going on. I do this all the time. I now stop and I take a look at what's going on. I take a look at what I'm doing, and I realize that one, this wouldn't be happening if I was still drinking, and two, I mean, it's not that bad. Not that bad, sometimes things get stressful and they're hard to deal with, but overall, not that bad. So there's a lot of responsibilities with getting older. You got bills. Granted, a lot of the bills that we have, we put onto ourselves. You know what I mean? Like if you get a credit card, that becomes a bill. But hopefully you're smart with your credit cards, unlike me, who is not. So they were a bill. Like they were just something I did to myself. You get a car, and there's another bill. So now you got those responsibilities that you have to pay for. So now you got to get a job, and then now you're getting into your late teens. I think 15 and a half is when I started working. I'm not sure if you can start any younger than that, unless it's a family business, I believe. But so as time progresses, you make more and more responsibilities for yourself. And then, of course, you have responsibilities as you get older in general anyways, especially if you have kids or you're a manager. It just progresses. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger every year. It changes. Everything changes. But for some reason, we all want to get there so quickly. And, I'm kind of glad that nowadays there's a lot more ways to make a living online, because when I was a kid, we were told to give up video games. They're not going to get you anywhere. And today you can be a millionaire playing video games on Twitch, and you'll actually have people watching you play the video game, which is probably one of the craziest things I've ever heard of. But watching people do things online today is huge. It's crazy how big it is. But I guess I'm guilty too, because I watch people. Man, I don't think it's the same. I watch somebody uninstall a stereo so that I know how to uninstall it so I can install it. So I guess that's more informative videos. But yeah, watching people play video games and you're not playing the video game is very interesting to me. But there is a business in it, so therefore there's money there. So it is a good avenue these days that you can go down and make money. NaturalBossNH.com. That's right, NaturalBossNH.com. You got to go to this website and check out their hand sanitizer. It is amazing, and it's on sale now. That's right. Great product, great price, even greater price being on sale, because it was always a great price. But this hand sanitizer not only keeps your hands moisturized, but it allows you to, not stick to the steering wheel. It doesn't have an awful smell to it. There's no chemicals. It's just amazing. It's a wonderful hand sanitizer that's really going to help COVID and the flu stay away from you. Their salve is awesome. I put it on my dry skin wherever the cold air hits and it hurts. I put it on there, so like I put it on the back of my neck. It smells great, and it relieves that dry, itchy skin, and it's just awesome. So I highly recommend both of these products, and I've always highly recommended both of these products. But now they have 3 new products. That's right, new products. So we got lip balm, we got beard oil, and we also have a body and foot soak. And I am so excited to talk about these because it just shows you that the company's growing, and being locally owned here in New Hampshire, it makes me so happy to see a local business doing well during these tough times. So go to naturalbossnh.com. That's naturalbossnh.com, and get your hand sanitizer, your salve, your lip balm, your body foot soak, or your beard oil today. New Hampshire Vape Gallery, located at 180 Lafayette Road, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings. We're open from 10:30 to 8 p.m. 7 days a week, and you can come in our store provided you wear a mask. Make sure you bring your ID because we are 21 plus now, and feel free to give us a call, 603-814-4171. This vape shop has got everything you need. If you've never vaped before, we're going to help you out. If you do vape, we're going to help you out. And we've got everything in stock. These pod devices are amazing. I love this RPM2. This thing's awesome. Hits real nice. Same with the Nord X. If you're clumsy like I am, this thing is shock-proof, water-resistant. It's just an all-around great device for, clumsy people like myself. If you are also looking for disposables, well, we got those too. I've got Puff Plus. I've got Hides. These things are great. Like I keep saying, they're awesome for outside yard work. And if you living in New England right now, that's all we're doing, cleaning up leaves. So who wants to bring their vape out to rake up leaves and then lose it in the rake pile? Who knows? Grab yourself a disposable. Now your yard work's even easier. And if you lose it, it's not the end of the world. Again, this is New Hampshire Vape Gallery, located at 180 Lafayette Road, down the street from Home Depot and next to Smoke Rings. We're open 7 days a week from 10:30 to 8 p.m. Feel free to give us a call, 603-814-4171. And as always, you're welcomed in our store, provided you wear a mask. I look forward to seeing you there. And now, back to the show. And that's how it was when I was growing up. There was none of that. So we had to. I would go to the store with whatever money I had from my chores and allowance, whatever, and I would go to the supermarket and I would buy bubble gum, candy, all kinds of shit, and then I'd go into school. And I'd sell it for probably like 25 to 50 cents, something like that. More? Oh, no, it was like $1 more. So, like, if I paid 50 cents, I'd sell it for like $2 sometimes. But you could get those prices. Everybody's in school, right? And we would do this. It was me and a couple of my friends, and we would just sell candy and bubble gum all day. And then we'd take the money to go and buy it again, and then we'd take our profit and we'd either buy a little bit more product or we'd put it aside. And we did this for a couple years during when I was not when I was a junior, but I was in junior high. Yeah. I think that's what it was. Elementary, junior high, high school. Yeah. So it was junior high. And we used to do that to make money. But there's a lot better ways to do it today. It's just now growing up it's different. It's different now. There's avenues you can do that you couldn't before. When I was doing this in the past, I was always drunk, right? Trying to get my money straight, trying to take care of things. So none of my stuff ever really worked out for me. I always paid my bills, but never got ahead. I always kind of stayed behind. This always brought me anxiety. It brought me stress. It just always made me angry. And I figured that was I was always an angry person anyways, and I was always a short fuse, loose cannon, whatever other names you can think of. That's basically what I was going through. And there's just being an adult. There's always this stuff to have. There's always bills to pay. There's always something else. You don't ever feel like you're finished because you just tack on something else. I've got friends that love to do things, but they love to do so many things that they're always doing something new. And I feel like sometimes they just need to focus on one of those things so that they can be better at that one thing instead of being good at multiple things. You could be better at one thing, and you know what I mean? I feel like they get spread out a little too thin. And I'm the opposite, though. I start one thing, and I put everything into that one thing, and I don't really diverse anywhere else because I'm too focused on one thing. So I'm one side of the extreme, and then I got friends that are on the other side of the extreme. You just need to build a healthy relationship with whatever you're doing. But as an adult, you just don't ever feel done. You don't feel done. There's always something to pay. There's always another bill. There's always a surprise. If you have kids, I've heard there's lots of surprises. So it's a tough situation being older. But I would always, when I was drunk, I was always freaking out, breaking shit. And it was just an awful, awful time. And I would just get angry about all of these situations that I had control over, but never took control because I was too busy drinking. And it took me getting better at managing my anxiety and my anger. And when I was in my 20s, the way I thought I was supposed to do that was with medication. And so I got medication for depression from my doctor. And we played around with it, and it took a little bit to figure what I needed out, right? And everything seemed fine. It's possible I was still depressed. You never know because I was drinking. So I'm getting medicated for depression, but I'm drinking. So we all know that is a path for disaster because alcohol is a depressant. But so I figured the way I was supposed to take care of this was with pills. I didn't need to do anything else. Of course, I wasn't very knowledgeable on anything because all I cared about was playing video games, getting high, getting drunk, smoking cigarettes, sitting around the house watching TV. So it was a very, what's the word I'm looking for? It was just very stagnant. It was a stagnant life. I wasn't going far. I was working third shift, and I wasn't getting out of it. You know what I mean? But finding myself, when I finally got sick of my anger, I was still drinking, but I needed to get rid of the anger and the anxiety. So when the anxiety got piled on top of it, that's when I went and saw a psychiatrist. And that's when he gave me the anti-anxiety medication. And of course, still drinking. So now I'm on antidepressants and high anxiety medication backed up with, the hell was that? mood stabilizers because I was always angry. So here I am trying to fix myself with pills, and I'm still drinking, and all the problems that are giving me the anxiety and the anger are still happening because I'm not taking care of them, because my brain thinks we're taking care of stuff, but we're not. We're just taking care of it enough so that we can forget about it and get drunk. So it's just it's a tough process if you're still clouding yourself with alcohol and drugs. At least for me, when I was clouding myself with alcohol and drugs, getting myself into a better financial position was next to impossible because I kept doing everything I could to kind of fuck that up for myself. You know? And so if you are in your 20s and you're coming up and all you're doing is drinking and you're falling behind on bills or this stuff, you may want to look at the fact that, yeah, alcohol is only considered to be interrupting your life, or you're only an addict if is not always true, because I was at work all the time. I was never late. It never interrupted my work. But if you looked at my financial life, you'd be like, this is a goddamn mess. So it was affecting my life, but it wasn't affecting it where everybody else could see it. It was basically where I could see it. So I still convinced myself that there was no issue, right? And it was an issue because it was causing all kinds of emotions. And all of this is still going on today. And the difference for me is, getting sober, right? Getting off of alcohol. That's what changed my life completely. It's amazing that this is an amazing thing to have happen, but I know all things should happen when they happen, but I really do wish I had done a lot of this earlier in my life, because to actually see what I've been working on for years that wasn't working, to finally see it working is just like a mind fuck to me. Because I'm like, I've been trying to do this for years and years and years and years. And as soon as I got off of alcohol, figured my shit out, and put all of this into work again and actually focused on it, now it's all changing. All the stuff that I had planned is actually working. And it's not like I planned this 4 years ago. This is a system I have been doing for the last 20-something years. But because of the way that my brain worked when I was drinking, I was always nitpicking at everything, making sure that alcohol was always there or this was always there. And so I was always just paying attention to the addiction and making sure that the minimum was taken care of, so that we don't lose a house or you don't lose your car, and that stuff's really important. You have to really prioritize yourself too as you get older. There's 5 things that most people will say, if you've got bills, then you've got your rent or your mortgage, you got your cars, you got your heat, electricity, and that's it. Those, and groceries. So those are your necessities. I'm pretty sure every adult would agree, or every person that I would talk to would agree, that if I was if it came down to nuts and bolts, what are the 5 things that you need to have in order to live today? And that's usually the 5 things that people name off, because that's what you need to live, right? You need those things. So you always make sure that that gets paid, and then everything else you kind of just take care of as necessary. But now to see it all working and coming together it is exciting. But it's been a long, long process. And I still, today, get all the anxiety and the anger. But now, from learning about myself, from being off of alcohol and listening better to podcasts, books, all kinds of shit out there, to better yourself, breathing techniques, all kinds of shit. It's just made it easier to kind of kick these habits. And the anxiety and the anger is a tough one, because when I started getting sober, I felt like the medication was screwing me up, so I got rid of the medication. Now I'm dealing with all of this on my own, but it's easier to deal with on my own than it ever was. But I still have my little outbursts. I still freak out about things. It's just been very stressful with all the shit going on, and I'm trying to line everything up and get everything paid so that we can get across this finish line. And once we hit the finish line, I'll be able to breathe. But it's not like when I was a kid and I was done. There's always something else that's going to come up. Like when this is all done, I got other things I need to take care of. Like I have not cleaned up my leaves yet. We got to do these things, right? There's all kinds of stuff I have to do. And that's why I was like, man, why did I want to grow up so quick? Why did I want to do this? And so, because I've learned all this, I still get anxiety, and I still have anger issues. It's easier now, though. Like instead of freaking out about something and like yelling at my wife, because when I was yelling and screaming and acting out, I could say that I wasn't yelling at her and I'm yelling about what's going on. But back then, she always felt like I was yelling at her. And today, she understands that I am just upset about what's going on. And I'm not upset with her because it's not her fault that something went wrong or something's not working the way it's supposed to. Like, I purchased something online. I wanted to watch a video, and I went to go play it yesterday, and literally laptop, computer, upstairs, TV with its own internet, my phone, it literally froze on everything. I went upstairs to the computer that's hardwired to the Ethernet, and the thing still jammed up on me. So I guess it was just a bunk purchase. But, I kept cool. I kept calm. I was mad and I was angry, but I didn't freak out. But setting up for everything I've been doing for us financially, I was a little stressed out, and I had a lot of stuff going on, and I kind of lost my shit a little bit. I got upset. Excuse me. I yelled a little bit. I was upset, but it's so much better than it was. And now when I get upset, instead of being in the room and getting upset with her, I try to get away from her so that I can just be upset in general, because I'm mostly upset with myself for, well, one, feeling this way, and two, dealing with it the way I still deal with it. So it's gotten better, but it's still not great, and it's just something that I'm always working on. I can't stop working on it, just like I can't stop working on not drinking. As soon as I go, I'm all set and I'm all done, well then I am all done. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be a good day for me. So that I'm never all done. And when you're a kid, at least you get to be all done. You know, and I think you all need to know that out there. You need to know that like where you're at between the ages of, I don't know, friggin' 13 to 25, that is a great time in your life, and you need to take advantage of it. I did not. Oh, I did not. I did not take advantage of anything. I only took advantage of what I could get away with, and most of the time all I wanted to get away with was getting fucked up. So when you spend all your time getting fucked up, well, you lose a lot of your time as well. So another thing is that I spend a lot less time apologizing now, because, you know, of course, it's still going to happen from time to time, but, you know, it's a lot less. It's a lot less than it used to be, which is, it's so amazing to have this happen, and it feels so good because it feels like I'm finally getting over another hurdle of this outburst and anxious person that I've felt like I've always been. And I was like, man, this is just who I am. And it's not. It's not who I am. It's who I was. And learning to let go of that has felt so good. And, you know, I just think I spent way too much time trying to get fucked up, trying to be an adult, that I lost sight of what I had in front of me because I was too busy trying to get to that finish line. So, you know, being an adult is definitely, it's definitely got its ups. It's most definitely got its downs. But it's just definitely not as much fun as you may think it might be. You know, and I'm just hoping that, you know, maybe this will show all of you out there that are in this age bracket, and a little bit younger, kind of what your parents have to deal with, you know, because, you know, they had you, that's a big bill. You know, they had to buy a house, or they had to get a bigger house, or they had to move out of their apartment, and then they had to work harder to pay for these things, send you to school, do all these things. So, you know, if I can, even with all the anxiety and the anger and the stuff that I had, because of the way I handled growing up and doing things, and then finding out later that alcohol was just the main cause of everything that I was doing wrong. You know, I now realize what my parents were dealing with, what my parents went through while I was doing all of that to them, and how trying to be an adult was just not what I was supposed to be doing. I was supposed to be growing up and not focusing on just the age bracket that I was shooting for. So I feel like I screwed up my growth. You know what I mean? And that's on me, and that's fine. I'm going to have to accept it. I have no choice. But I have to learn from that, right? And so I just hope this shows you that, you know, your parents go through a lot. They do a lot for you. And, you know, I'm hoping out there that, you know, maybe this sheds a little bit of light on that, all right? Because everybody's struggling, especially today. It's tough. And, you know, sometimes we all freak out, but it's not because we don't care about the people that we're freaking out on. It's just because we're overwhelmed with everything going on. And unfortunately, number one rule is you usually take it out on the people that you are closest with, the people that you love. That's who gets hurt the most, because you feel like you can do these things and they're not going to go anywhere. So you feel this like security with being a little bit meaner to the people you love. And you got to be careful with that too, because, you know, that hurts too. So you got to be careful with that. It's not always going to work out the way you want it to, because it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But with a lot of hard work, a lot of mental work, a lot of work, a lot of work, and I'm still working on it, like I said, day to day. It's gotten easier, and I've gotten better. And that's what's important. You know, I can only be the person I am today. I definitely don't want to be the person I am in the past, that I was in the past. But I also can't sit here and be like, well, I gotta work on my 45 self. It's like, no, I shouldn't have been trying to, you know, work on my 18-year-old self either. You know, I should have been focused where I was. And yeah, so if you think growing up is hard, buckle up, because it just gets harder. It doesn't get any easier. You know, it gets thicker. There's more shit to do. And yeah, that's what I was thinking about this week. I was like, holy shit, shit's working out, and I can't believe it wasn't when I was drinking. But that's what I was thinking about. I was thinking about why I wanted to grow up so quickly. So I hope you you know, hope you enjoyed the message, you know, and just remember, you're young, enjoy it, right? Other note for the week. So the 5-day water fast, I will be on day 3 when this video uploads on Thursday. I stop eating tonight at midnight. That's right. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, that'll be day 3 for me with no eating. Of course, if you want to, you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and Facebook. I will be on there all week, giving updates every morning, maybe a couple in the afternoon, throughout the week, just on how things are going. And I've decided that I am going to drink coffee, because the monotony of just water, I can only take so much. But I do flavored waters, sparkling waters, but I am going to have my black coffee. I'm going to go and get some decaf is what I'm going to do, so I don't fucking give myself the jitters. But yeah, so follow me on all those platforms. And like I said earlier, there is an email. You can contact me at talkinwithtopher@gmail.com. I love hearing from all of you. I can't wait to hear your stories. And I hope everybody just has a wonderful day. Remember to subscribe. Hit the like buttons if you enjoy the videos. And as always, it's been another wonderful week, another great episode. And I just look forward to talking to you every week. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of the week. And I'll talk to you later.